So I got an email requesting how to do 7.5, and 7.5 basically asks, go through a list or input, put it into a list, and check to see if a number is greater than both of its neighbors. Basically, we're counting the number of big neighbors. Okay, so how do we do that? First, when we take in our values, it's already there for us. And we want to count big neighbors, right? So how many do we start with? Big neighbors equals 0, right? Because we don't have any. And next it says the first and last items in the list should not be considered. So what if I only have a list of 2 items? I should have 0 big neighbors, right? I should just print. So if length of A is less than or equal to 2, what do we want to do? We just want to do print big neighbors. This is an extra step, really. Otherwise, now we're interested in what we want to do. Otherwise, we just do what we want to do, right? So now we have something greater than 2, so 3 and greater. So what do I want to look at? I want to skip the first one, and I want to skip the last one. So let's make a counter called I equals 1. I don't want to start at 0. I'm going to make a while loop. And I'm going to say while I is less than, what's I going to be less than? I is going to be less than length of A for sure. That will take me to the last digit. I want to go to one less than the last digit, second last digit. So I say minus 1, right? I don't want to go through the whole list. I want to go from I to length of A minus 1. Okay, so what do we want to do? We're going to look at the first one. That's AI. But by the way, the while loop has to increment, right? I plus equal 1. So I is going to increment. Now we're going to go over the entire list, starting from the second to the second last. What do we do next? We want to check if AI is greater than the next one. What's the next one? I plus 1. And we also want to check if AI is greater than the one before it, A minus 1. So AI minus 1. So is AI greater than AI minus 1? If so, we got a new big neighbor. So big neighbor plus equal 1. We increment I. And what do we do next? We print big neighbor. And that's it. That's how it's done. Let's test it. Can I run it? What do I got here? Oh, I forgot to say if. Run that code again. We have 1, 5, 1, 5, 1. I'm expecting to see a 2. I got a 2 there. If I submit, very good. And that's how you do this.